In Balochistan, Pakistan's largest and resource-rich province, the ongoing nationalist movement has once again erupted into violence. Recent deadly attacks by the Baloch Liberation Army targeting Pakistani forces and infrastructure shows the deepening crisis and the Baloch people's growing anger and desperation. As Pakistan Army has intensified its operation against the Baloch freedom fighters, they are also facing counterattacks. Here's a detailed report on the latest developments in this volatile region.
On August 26th, a wave of deadly attacks swept through southwestern Balochistan, claiming the lives of at least 70 people, including 14 Pakistani soldiers. The coordinated assaults targeted police stations, railway lines and highways. The Baloch Liberation Army or BLA, an armed rebel group operating in the region, took responsibility for the carnage. In the deadliest incident, the BLA took control of a highway and shot dead at least 23 people. In a statement, the group revealed that their targets included security forces and that they had seized control of several highways across the province.
I think this attack was inevitable. They have carried out such attacks in the past. When you subjugate and vandalize a people's nation for so long, you will get reaction, repercussions, and consequences. You will have to pay for what you've done. And this is what happened there, and this is what's happened. That's how I see it, the first phase of Balochistan's liberation process. People will react. We have been killed, subjugated for too long. I mean, you can see Mohsen Naqvi, the interior minister. He's a cricket board chairman, but part-time interior minister. Yesterday, his comments, the comments he made, makes us proud that, thank God, our enemy is duffers. He was appointed by the army as the interior minister, but he said, "Oh, this is meaningless attacks, or just killing civilians, pulling them off a bus, and 2 SHOs can handle the issue of Balochistan and the Baloch people." This is how illiterate and unaware or unbothered they are with the Balochistan cause. We can't justify violence anywhere, and not justifying violence, be it by the Baloch or by the state, occupying state of Pakistan. But sometimes you reap what you sow, and I think that's what's happening in Balochistan right now.
The Baloch Liberation Army traces its roots back to the 1970s during an armed struggle for control of Balochistan by leftist guerrilla groups. This movement was crushed with brutal force by the Pakistan Army. Over the past 3 years, the BLA has intensified its operations, transforming its hit-and-run tactics into larger-scale attacks, particularly against the growing Chinese presence in Gwadar and other parts of the province. The BLA claims that China's involvement in the region has only exacerbated the plight of the Baloch people, exploiting their natural resources while ignoring their basic needs. Balochistan's history is marred by repeated insurgencies dating back to Pakistan's annexations of the autonomous Baloch state of Kalat in 1948. Baloch groups have persistently clashed with Pakistani security forces, demanding autonomy for ethnic Baloch regions or complete independence from Islamabad's grip. Despite Pakistan's promises of economic development, the harsh reality on the ground paints a starkly different picture. With 70% of the population living in poverty and a large number of children out of school, Balochistan continues to grapple with severe challenges in education and healthcare. The influx of Chinese investment has only deepened concerns about Pakistan's growing debt to China and the impact on local communities. Gwadar city, once home to indigenous Baloch people, is now dominated by Chinese interests, leading to the displacement of local businesses and residents.
China was duped by the Punjabi establishment of Pakistan into signing up for this project. The Punjabis knew it's not going to go ahead. They knew it's not going to succeed. But they're looters, they're plunderers, and they're cheaters. And that's what they did. They duped China into investing, and now China has opened its eyes. I mean, Balochistan is a big treasure trove. Everybody wants to get in on the game. And China, of course, is a new capitalist country. I'm sure it wanted it is Sandak and other projects. I think it's got its money out anyway. It has tripled its investment, whatever it gave the Punjabis. China is going to pull out of this whole CPEC because it's not a viable. It's like, how can I say it? It's like having a new factory being set up in Gaza, a chocolate factory, and you think it's going to work. There's war and terror and occupation and killing and bombing. How do you expect the industry complex to be operating over there? Nobody can take our land away from us. They can kill us. They can kill us. I mean, eventually the Baloch will win. We do not have to lose our will to fight and will to survive and will to stand up against this coward enemy.
The Baloch see no political solution to their plight and have resorted to armed resistance against both Pakistan and China in Balochistan. While Baloch groups continue to fight for their rights, the Pakistan Army has responded with increasing brutality, abducting, torturing and killing Baloch political activists, student leaders and intellectuals. Numerous global media outlets have repeatedly reported the discovery of the bodies of suspected separatists and political activists, suggesting a pattern of extrajudicial killings by Pakistani security forces. This cycle of violence and oppression has given rise to an insurgency, with many Baloch taking up arms against Islamabad and increasingly against Chinese nationals who are seen as complicit in their oppression.